Ding 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 ding. Do 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 do. Yegs and bacon, gonna see what's shaking, 'cause there ain't no faking here on Yegs and Bacon. Yegs and Bacon.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Yegs and Bacon. My name is Danica.
My name is Brandon. Quick note for folks doing on the videos. That was last week's intro. I made a new one while I was eating, about half hour before this, and holy heck, did that not update properly?
No, it did not.
So that makes me sad because I was very proud of it.
Yeah.
This episode is called episode 007. It's the 7th episode. Licensed to Kill the Comics Industry.
Yay!
Which is kind of like a double reference to what people tell us we do in our everyday lives, and what we're going to be talking about today. The people who are actively actually harming the comic book industry, at least the single issue comic book industry, because quite honestly, graphic novels have been outselling single issues for a few years now, and most of the industry is going to be fine. So, yay!
Yay!
But before we get to that, because we always save the bacon for last. Ding!
Let's talk about some new comics. Just a few number ones.
Just a little bit. Now, the good part is, there's a bunch of covers for a lot of these.
There are. So we'll just kind of have to fudge it because I stole some of the variants.
Oh, goodness. That's fine.
Oh, goodness. That's okay. And since they are in vaguely alphabetical order, that is what we're going to do. And so no favorites are picked. The first one has 5 covers. The latest Steve Orlando from Image Comics. It's called Commanders in Crisis. And it is about multiverse presidents of America.
Look at that beefcakey boy. Look at him.
Yes, we did get the beefcake variant. So
yeah,
because we have standards.
I was going to say, our demo is into beefcake.
Exactly.
And you want to know why? Because beefcake is very tasty.
All right. So multiverse presidents of America come together to fight. I can't remember what they came to fight because I read this a while ago. I'm very good at this.
Yeah, all you really need to know is that it's not good. We got a back.
Well, it is good. No, the bad stuff is not good.
That's what I mean.
Okay,
you're like, they're here to fight,
it.
and I was like, and I can't remember what, and I was like, well, the good thing, all you need to know is that it's not good.
Yeah. Anyway, so I think I got around to all of them. All right, and our audio listeners are like, why? Why are you doing this to us? But
we've got the little synopsis on the back here.
Yeah.
Science calls it the lightning world, but in the 90s, theorists believed it was the conceptual space surrounding reality. They wanted to rename it the ideality. This is basically about, alternate dimensions and superheroes and fighting for what's right. I really, really love Steve Orlando's stuff, especially his creator-owned stuff. Last year, would have been a year ago, when Variant Edition was still doing our book clubs. One of our book clubs looked into depictions of masculinity in media, the good and the bad. And we did Crude as our second pick. And for those of you who don't know, it is basically kind of like a slight future Russian noir style story, a revenge thriller about accepting yourself and kind of fighting corporate greed. Super, super great. I love that book, and I highly suggest it to all of y'all. Also, everyone in our chats is saying hello. We say hello back.
Yes, we're not ignoring you. Thank you for coming.
Yeah.
Yay. Next up is a new series from Vault Comics. It's called The Devil's Red Bride. And it is, wow. Oh, man. How do I...
You got this.
I got this. I'm just going to read the back.
You got this, kid.
What I was really happy with is that when I read it, I was like, damn, this is good. Which for me in Vault is not uncommon, but y'all should know about that.
I will preface this with saying, obviously this is a samurai comic. When Danica says, damn, this is good, please know she does not care for samurai stories.
I don't like samurai movies, and which is funny because I really like sword things. So you'd think, but it's just not true. That's okay. 16th century Japan, the fates of warlords ebb and flow like tides of blood, none more than the Aragami clan, who follow their lord clad in the red devil mask into every battle. But when Lord Aragami succumbs to illness, his daughter, the fierce Katsuko, hatches a plot to save her people no matter the cost. Yay, Lady Samurai!
So one of the things to know about this series is it is actually heavily researched and references real events. And also, the author is a huge fan of the manga series Berserk. So you're going to get those feelings, in-depth historical and slashy violence.
Slashy, flashy. All right, next up, I need the third cover, which is the first cover, is Rorschach from DC Comics.
I believe it's pronounced Rorschach.
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 I've heard both ways.
Is a character from a small independent-y thingy called Watchmen.
That's one of few awards.
You might have heard of it. I don't know. It seems pretty freaking obscure to me.
Yeah.
Where's Batman? Get out of here.
So Rorschach is a grumpy boy.
He's a grumpy.
Wears a mask.
Yeah.
And he doesn't like people.
He's a grumpy pants. This new series is another one of Tom King's patented 12-issue series. He's doing this one with Jorge Fornes, who does amazing art. Think kind of like David Mazzucchelli style in terms of composition when he's doing Batman Year One. And you've kind of got a feel for what this is going to bring. It's a story that takes place in the modern DC universe. Yes, the Watchmen characters are around, but there's some more mystery to this than is happening, and it's like continuity light, I would say.
Yeah, and I just want to highlight what they did with their blank cover, which is usually just white, but both Marvel and DC have gone into just like nice kind of faded images. And so Brandon, can you tell me what you see?
So like there's this, which is clearly a picture of Rorschach
and a fingerprint.
There's this one that's kind of like the Watchmen style, similarly, and there's this picture of my mom for some reason. And that's super weird, and I don't understand it.
I mean, I see Mothman, but when do I
mean, I was going to say, you would see Mothman.
I would see Mothman. Anyway, tell us what you see, and we'll give you a little bit of therapy. I'm just kidding. We are not
Please
certified.
do in the comments. Tell us what this image looks like to you.
Oh my gosh.
It'll be called some sort of test. I'm not sure exactly what, but we'll come up with something.
Yep. It might just be like a thumbs up gif, but whatever. Okay. The next one also it has 3 covers. Brandon,
when I was a young boy,
I
my
know
father
you about that.
So we've got the new series of True Lives of the Fabulous Killjoys series, co-created by one young Mr. Gerard Way. You might know him from the Umbrella Academy. You might know him from some things such as My Chemical Romance. Chemical Romance. Yeah.
That parade route, right?
Yeah.
In New York, I'm sure.
The parade route, the Black Parade route.
Yeah.
That he went on with his father.
Oh my God.
to see the marching band. I love marching band. I was in a marching band.
Yeah, he was a giant nerd.
A huge nerd.
Giant.
This is another take on My Chemical Romance's, I believe, final album, which was more of a concept album about fabulous killjoys.
Yep.
Completely new take on this. It's got art from actual best Hawkeye artist.
David Aja.
No. Actual best Hawkeye artist.
Wait, David Aja's the best.
Oh, no, David Aja's the best Hawkeye artist. The best Hawkeye, artist.
What?
Kate Hawkeye, artist of her series, Leonardo Romero.
Oh, my bad.
Is doing art for this one. Jordy Blair is doing the colors. It is super kind of like hyperkinetic. Has sort of like a neon glow to it with sort of retro stylings. I am in love with this series. It's basically like Mad Max by way of 80s pop art. And holy heck, am I excited to dig back into this kind of world. I'm very excited, and I think y'all will enjoy it too.
All right. I legitimately read this right before the show, and you know what? I'm glad I did. Can I have... Not that.
Not that one.
Thank you.
Not that one.
This one is one from Oni Press called The Vein. And it is about vampires, which I'm like, okay, I'm sold. Vampires doing blood heists and being awesome criminals. Oh, I'm not done. In the 40s.
Okay, so it's basically three things for Danica's.
I love it.
Vampires, heists, and the 40s.
Yeah. So we have crime, sexy crime. We have a
it's vampire crime, so of course.
Queer relationship in the first darn issue, so no subtext here. The subtext is text. And we've got the fashion of the 40s.
Don't make the subtext text. What, were you born in a barn?
Yes.
Was.
Yes. So yeah, y'all want it. I'm just saying, like, I don't know what more I can say about that. This stuff is rad as hell.
It's pretty rad. If you like Elliot Rahal, he is writing Bleed Me Dry, also vampire crime, and has done a few other things out and about. We know a few people who come to the store who love his stuff, and with good reason, because he kind of takes horror genres and kind of adds some pizzazz.
Oh yeah, and it was co-created and drawn by Emily.
Emily Pearson.
Emily Pearson. I got the last name.
You got it.
Whatever.
You got it.
Anyway, she worked on The Wilds and Snap Flash Hustle, which honestly is honestly a series that no one talks about enough because I think it was rad. It was really cool. Also about sexy crime, which apparently is a genre I just go to right now.
Is this book about crime? Boring. Is this book about sexy crime? Now we're talking.
Sold.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, come on, crime can be boring, but you know what? If it's sexy and it's vampires and they're like, we're going to have some blood because we need to live and also be awesome. What's next? Oh, I have. Okay, sure.
Let's do it.
All right. Have y'all heard of Warhammer?
You might have. It's the game with skulls on things.
Nerds! I love you.
We love you so much.
No, nerd honestly is a
term of endearment for us. Yeah.
And look at that. They straight up have a Warhammer ad on the back.
So yeah, this Warhammer series is actually the first in Marvel's new line of Warhammer stuff. And the series foundation is done by young Mr. Kieran Gillen. He of a lot of rad things, like Wicked and Divine, and Phonogram. Oh, I love Phonogram.
Yeah,
love it real good.
Yeah. And of Twitter fame, and of writing the best solicits in comics I've ever read.
It is true.
It is heckin' funny.
And the dude loves puns.
Yeah. Oh, and Ludacris.
So he's a favorite of mine. Oh yeah, I love Ludacris.
Oh, This is probably a bad thing, but my favorite part of Ludocrats is the little bios of the creative team at the back, because it's so good every time, because they change it every month, and they give them like different titles and stuff. So it's pretty neat. So if you get those single issues and you haven't checked out the back, or you don't, check out a Ludocrats single issue. Like, obviously the story is solid, but look at the back. And they have like weird names for like the editors and the creative team, and like weird bios. And I think they're all written by Kieran. I am going to miss his solicits for Wicked into the Vine, because most of them were like, yep, everything's fine, nothing to worry about.
Don't worry about anything. It's gonna be great.
And that's how you knew your heart was gonna get worked.
Absolutely. Andrew also says the word die, which
is not a threat. Not a
threat in this case.
No, die is happening right now, yes.
At least I hope not, Andrew. Andrew, I know it's not.
Oh. There we go. He writes the book Die, I mean. But I mean, the all caps where Die was pretty solid.
Death to pretenders! And Andrew Foley comes to our place and knocks us over.
Yeah. Oh, cats are in the background.
Cats are in the background?
Oh, she's going for it. There.
It's happening.
The cats are happening. Oh, let's do this one first.
Oh, we can do that.
Yeah, no, I legit can't remember what this is about, but it is Action Lab called Miranda and the Maelstrom, and I got it because, oh yeah, she has like a space puppy. Yeah, she has a space puppy.
Yeah, that'd be Danica.
Yeah. So I'm going to read this after the show, and I will let you know. But straight up, awesome chick in space with a space puppy. Like, yeah. So I'm sold. You should be sold. Last but not least, this is the same cover, but I'm gonna flip it. It has a flippy outie, which I'm not. Okay, wait. I think I can do that. There we go. It has a flip outie. What are we doing? Are we joining it or something?
Look at that.
Oh, okay, that's pretty rad.
Teamwork makes the dream work, baby.
It really does.
Yeah.
All right. So this is from Aftershock called We Live. And it is a super amazing post-apocalyptic. Aliens are going to come save 5,000 of our children, but we got to get to where the ships are. So we have to go through all of these wild animals and people who turn into animals, and everything's very, very dangerous.
I'm super hyped to read this book because, like, look at that cover. It's the interior artist as well. It's just a phenomenal looking book, and oh my goodness, yeah, I'm just kind of paging through it right now.
Oh my god, I know, the whole book is so pretty,
and you get some free music with it because there's music that comes with this.
Yeah, there is music. There are like QR codes. There's one like on the first page as well. And it's original music composed strictly for We Live. So I highly, highly, highly recommend it. I think it's just beautiful, and it's going to be a really interesting and big story.
Absolutely. All right, so that's single issue? No, that's not single issues. There's some more single issues. Those are number ones.
Those are number ones.
Oh, there's so many comics again. Hey, remember when everyone was like a little more chill about everything that was happening for comics, and they were like, hey, let's not put out too much stuff. They stopped doing that.
They were like, hey, new fiscal year or month or quarter. Hey, new fiscal quarter. What up? And then they just went,
Wappo, enjoy.
So the next three are all kind of different. But I wanted to mention them.
Super excited for this one.
7 Secrets issue 3 is out. So if you haven't signed up for it yet, just let me know. Otherwise, it will be in your file or on shelf. So just let us know. We have the Axe of Swords handbook.
In addition to three new parts of X of Swords.
Yes. Hellions X. Cable. Oh no. Hellions Cable and oh
New Mutants.
New Mutants. Oh, you're the best. Thank you. Woohoo! And it's actually pretty sweet. They all have like numbers, so you can actually figure it out. So it's like 7 of 22. It's legit.
And for the folks who are going bonkers over Peach Momoko,
yes.
There's a cover for New Mutants that she has done, and there's also a cover for Commanders
in Crisis, which we showed earlier. So yeah, if you're on the X of Swords train,
squads,
yeah, let us know. And I'm very curious if anybody's still translating the Krakoan, because that would be pretty rad.
Neil, I'm going to tell you that they are doing an X of Swords Omni. It's gonna be big because it's 22 parts.
Plus all the one-shots,
and
probably.
Oh, the one-shots are in the story.
Oh, in the 22 parts. Oh, that's nice. See, this is why I let him do the events, because I don't know what I'm doing.
I'm a superhero-y person.
Yes.
She don't like herself a Batman.
I try.
You do.
I do try every so often.
And you really enjoyed the Detective 1027.
Yeah. No, it was nice. It was like anthology style. So I got a lot of different kinds of Batman. But I also can't get the Batman that I wanted, which was, what was my favorite one?
The McKellianen Batman, where he's pulling himself up on the skyscraper.
No, that was a long time ago.
Sweat was glistening down his chest. And he's like, "Hi, I'm Batman."
That was a million years ago when I was like, well, we can sell Beefcake Batman to our market, but no. No, in 1027. Yeah, I don't remember. It was a good team.
Oh, was it the Mariko Tamaki? Was it the...
Well, yeah, it was the Mariko Tamaki and even the...
Was the Greg Rucka Cop one of them?
No, the Greg Rucka one was good, but no, I don't want to write Batman, okay? I want something completely wild, and hey, let's try having a woman writing Batman.
Yeah, 100%.
It's not that hard.
Apparently, it's super hard. It's super hard to have a lady write a Batman.
Just... ladies write Batman, okay? There's like, so many DC writers today.
It's been like Devin Grayson, and that's about it.
And she's super rad, but she's not really in the industry as much anymore.
No, she came from fan fiction.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's a fun story.
Oh yeah, and if you've ever never read User by Devin Grayson, get on that because she's great. But seriously, like if I actually sat down and looked at some names, I could actually freaking make a better Batman team.
For the audio folks, Andrew is saying Paul O'Brien of House to Astonish, it's a podcast that you can listen to, does what amounts to annotations for pretty much every available X book. I get my Krakoan translations from him, so that's a good source.
Thank you. That's awesome. In the early days, pretty much when Hawks and Pox were coming out, I had the little Krakoan dictionary. And
the way back.
Yeah, right? And I spent some time on it, but then they started doing it every issue, and I was like, this is great. I don't have the time. So I just had to, We
traded those cards for gasoline because it's the apocalypse.
What is happening? I don't know where. Anyway. Oh my god. Okay, so, do you remember how there was an Amazing Spider-Man, last week? Hey, guess what? There's another one.
Spider-Man comes out every week you can. It is some big times for the Amazing Spider-Man. This issue 50 actually reveals the identity of a big villain that has been plaguing him for the last 50 issues. So it's some big deal stuff, and they're going hog wild. And actually, I'm pretty sure are weekly at this point. For this story arc. So you're on board. It's going to be a freaking wild ride. And yeah, Spider-Man does whatever a spider can.
Yeah, and there's a variant with my girl Silk, who is going to be actually in a movie or TV.
Yeah.
And I'm super excited because she's rad and everyone should know about her.
And is going to be a big part of this next story arc and is getting her own series again very soon. Boo. Eric says, but is Nick Spencer leaving soon? No. From what I've heard, he has plans through issue hundo. But, I mean, so did Tom King for Batman.
He made it to 85.
Things happen, right?
Yeah, life happens. All right, we have a big stack of books to get through, and we don't want to take up your entire night. So, oh my gosh.
We might take up your entire night. The big important one for us.
Guess what is legit here? We had the book. Oh, get ready for swears because I'm going to say Dracula, motherfucker. It's here, the actual book. So we got we've got the dust covers a couple weeks back, and we just had to leave them all nice and flat. But then we got the book, and so can you vamp while I actually show the other cover? So this is the regular cover, and it is beautiful by Erica Henderson.
Oh, who's that?
Oh,
what's that?
And there's some pull quotes.
From all of our pals.
Yeah.
And us. Also, if you want to know what Danica's favorite Dracula is, not a vampire,
no,
but I call them Draculas. Because I'm fancy.
You're very fancy.
Very fancy. You can find out on the inner flap. You know how you can find out what's on the inner flap?
You can buy it.
You can buy it, and also you can just like screen cap that thing.
No, I did it fast. They can't read it.
You can't read it.
It's
impossible.
No.
Technology has enhancing.
Enhance image.
Enhance image.
Anyway, this is the regular cover, which is still just, F-bombing gorgeous. Now we're back to not swearing.
Sweet and gorgeous for this Dracula mother hacker.
Sorry, I love it.
That's a good way to actually describe that book.
The kids in the store, read Dracula mother hacker.
He'll hack your mother real good.
Oh my god. Anyway, this is by Erica Henderson. So she does the regular cover. We are very, very, very lucky to be part of Bastard Title Editions. It has an explanation of everything we're kind of doing and how we're going to take over the world.
Sell a lot of amazing comics to folks.
Yeah. So we have the we have the dust jackets. We have book plates at the store. And I know a lot of people have ordered them already. I sent out some pre-orders to like all over Canada, the States, like today.
Boy howdy.
Just so cool.
Boy howdy, did we sell some of these books.
Yes, we did.
And we still have a few left. Definitely let us know. I can see that it looks like Neil and Eric are interested, and we're going to make that happen for you.
Absolutely.
Because, in Canada, you get them from us. That's it.
Yep, we are the only ones in Canada.
And that's going to happen for a few titles upcoming. We're going to talk about a couple of bookplate editions that we have coming out. Not the full Dust Jacket experience, but a few exclusive bookplates that you can get just from us. You're going to see it on the next Ram V, which I believe is called Blue is Green.
Yes.
Or Blue in Green.
Blue is Green.
Blue is Green,
yes. One
of them. You would think I would do this. I didn't prep this. I just thought about talking about it right now. Exclusive book plates for that. That's amazing kind of like jazz-inspired horror story. Phenomenal. I was able to give it a quick read. And then Planet Paradise from ye old writer of Hedra. All of the book plates, the book plate for Planet Paradise is done by Erica Henderson as well. She's going to be doing most of the book plates that we're doing because she is super great. Okay,
I 100% forgot to credit the artist who did this cover.
Yeah.
Yuko Shimizu. She made this happen. She created this out of nothing because artists are magical. The colors on this, like as soon as I had a preview, I put it on my phone screen. I had it on my phone screen for a couple months. It's just gorgeous. It's just, you just want to soak it up, you just want to soak up the colors. So please check it out when you're in the store. if you are
We're
not,
gonna have copies.
Yeah, if you're not in Edmonton and you want to get it, it is on our website, so please check that out.
And it's light enough to ship for cheap.
Yeah, exactly.
So
cool beans. Next up, there's a Max.
It's Max.
Hi, buddy. There's a new Katie Skelly book in existence.
Ooh.
Yes, it's called Maids. It's from Fantagraphics.
Yeah, and it's basically like a weird, true-ish crime story. It's super.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It is both a true crime story and an allegory of societal collapse. Yeah, definitely Katie Skelly.
Katie Skelly. That's what you're gonna get.
Yeah.
Very excited about that.
All right. I'm gonna bring some books over, and you can choose which ones you want.
So the other day, I was listening to a podcast with Axel Alonso on it. He is way better at pitching books for the company that he works for. It depends on what they call themselves at the time, but AWA, Artists, Writers, Artisans, and their Upshot imprint-ish thing. There's a lot of names that you can give this, but The Resistance is a story that was put together kind of way before all this Corona stuff happened. But it's basically about a pandemic that sweeps the world, and when it suddenly stops, leaves folks with superpowers. Now, this idea kind of came about with JMS kind of J. Michael Straczynski, who is the writer of this, workshopping, how superhero worlds come into existence. And Axel Alonso was very blunt on the podcast when he's like, well, so the DC characters that come out in the 30s and 40s, and they're all cops. And pretty accurate. Marvel comes out quite a bit later. It's more kind of like counterculture stuff. And he kind of goes through a few other ones, and he goes like, so what's the modern era stuff? And so he's talking about sort of more of a social awareness and what people are scared of when it comes to modern fears. One of them's pandemics, and another part of it is the world, the fears that the world kind of tends to tip towards fascism when people are scared, and how that reacts to these strange superpowered heroes or people who are coming out, how society reacts. So yeah, it's a real good one, and I enjoy it quite a bit. I find J. Michael Straczynski is definitely a better read in graphic novel. This is a graphic novel, and AWA is pricing all of their first volumes at $10 American, which works out right now to about $13.50 Canadian, even though they don't have the prices on the back of their books. That's a fun thing that we found out. But you can discern prices of graphic novels by looking at the last digits of a barcode. See that? $9.99. So that's $10 American. It's magic. Andrew asks, what's the podcast that Axel Alonso was on? It was a couple months ago on Word Balloon. So just kind of check that out. It's really good. He's really good at pitching their books. Got me excited about their books more so than their solicits ever have. So you should probably just be writing their solicits also.
Okay. Yeah. No, you need to take the next one.
I do need to take the next one. What's happening? I can't.
I can't.
What is? Max
is stepping on my shoulder. Okay, I was worried he was gonna go for my hair.
There's a new all ages book, Arlo and Pips. It's another wonderful friendship story about a couple of birds. Arlo, who has just moved to the big city and is hanging out with Pips. Arlo, it turns out, loves shiny things. And this is his collection, which is beautiful. It's just a wonderful story for our littles category. So if you got a young youth, that's something for them.
Awesome. All right.
I need to go grab something, by the way.
Yes, you do. this next one, the Daughters of Yegs? I'm not quite sure how it's pronounced. It is beautiful though. The whole book is this like gorgeous watercolor type, which I'm a huge fan of. It's actually based on a classic Breton folktale of love, loss, and rebirth. So
We've had this one in before, but we don't think we've talked about it on here. And if we did, whoops.
And if we did, here it is again because it's dang
Oh
pretty.
my goodness, it's super gorgeous. And since we've had it before, show them some interiors.
I will.
Oh goodness. The lush art in this is super amazing. I wish I could kind of like describe it better, but if you kind of James Jean's art for Fables covers, there's a lot of that kind of feel in it, in its coloring, with sort of these wild reds that'll come out at you from like more muted colors. Absolutely gorgeous. Highly recommend this book, especially if you're looking for some good arts.
Yep. All right. Next up, I found this book. It's Black Heroes of the Wild West, which is excellent because you don't generally hear about them. So I'm trying every so often when I find them to get more historical stories about, I was going to say characters, people that we don't generally hear about. And especially, so we've got people like Stagecoach Mary, Bass Reeves, Bob Lemons, and so it'll be very cool.
I'm super excited to dig into that. In terms of Daughters of Yes, Andrew says it's got Emily Carroll vibes on the line. Fairly true. Yeah.
I like it.
Alrighty. So I recently did a quick read of the recent Al Ewing Guardians of the Galaxy issues, which is good because the trade paperback came out actually a couple days later. Very nice timing on my part. It's a high action space series, but is also about taking care of yourself. Which I didn't realize was a theme until, again, I was listening to another podcast where people were talking about some of the best comics that were coming out from different companies, and they brought up Guardians of the Galaxy because Al Ewing is actually taking the opportunity to, while he's telling big space stories, to really go to bat for going to therapy and taking care of yourself in smaller ways while big things are happening, to making sure that you know it's okay to ask for help and all this kind of stuff. Really fascinating to kind of like look at it from that mindset and then go, oh wow, that's really cool.
Yeah. This one's not brand new, but again, we recently got Banned Book Club back in. It's from Iron Circus Comics.
We will always sell some Iron Circus comic stuff.
Yes, absolutely. This is a true story. It's 1983 during South Korea's Fifth Republic, a military regime that has entrenched its power through censorship, torture, and the murder of protesters. In this charged political climate, a freshman named Kim Hyun-suk seeks refuge in the comfort of books.
Yeah, it's a very delightful read in a one of those hard ways.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Let's take like our sharp turn.
Yeah, baby.
The next investigator.
I love investigators. For folks who have kiddos or themselves who are just kind of champing at the bit for more of a Dogman type feel and have read all of Dogman, investigators.
Yeah.
They're two gators who solve crimes.
Yeah. And like the sewers.
Mm-hmm.
They're pretty rad, I gotta say. The next one is called Off Hook. And
I believe it's coming out like early next year.
Exactly. Full of puns, full of gators, full of flailing. It'll be great.
Puns and funs.
Puns and funs. All right. I need you to explain this one because I haven't read it yet.
Neither have I, but it's a great new drawn quarterly that folks have been looking for. I'll go into it here. And Ansel looks back at her own tumultuous adolescence from the not so distant lens of a 20-something. A mother's struggles mirror her teens, memories of care between the cartoonist and her grandmother before her faculty had started to fade. Quick judgments look ugly through the eyes of a teen who's leaning into her own self-worth. Whether friends, family, animals, or even a stranger on the internet, the stories in 19 exude generosity and love while being steeped in the malaise and distractions of youth. It is very, very affecting, and I can't wait to kind of dig into it because this is my kind of stuff. Is the tough teen feelings books, and holy heck, that's going to be chock full of them.
All right. Next up is Timo the Adventurer from Clarion Books. It sounds very sweet. Having read every book in his tiny village, Timo feels he is fully prepared to become a hero, so he sets off to find adventure. His journey is less straightforward than expected, though. When he explores the deserted temple and rescues the gruff roof, an enchanted beast with a mysterious past, Timo sets in motion an adventure bigger and more perilous than any he'd ever dreamed of.
Yay!
Yay! Yeah. I love me some kid fantasy stories, and if there's an adorable animal with the kid, I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you love it?
And there's so many good ones these days. So that's
so
really exciting.
It's like a genre unto itself, and it's awesome.
All right, everybody. Time to get to the bacon of this episode. This week, we are going to be talking about speculative streamers online. More specifically, them's folks is grifters.
Okay.
You come swinging. Wow.
Yeah, no, sorry. I'm right behind you. But slower behind you.
Yeah, no worries. It's mostly because they don't show you what I put on these things before they go up.
No.
Partly because a lot of time I'm just making them right before the show.
Well, it's what we have been talking about this on and off for at least like the past week. And past 5 years.
And we've been talking to a lot of people these days who have sort of been trying to get a feel for the industry while they're buying stuff. And quite honestly, sorry, Joy is pawing at the magic mirror. I don't have to keep it a secret that it's around here anymore.
No, it's so shiny.
But yeah, so we've got a lot of people and a lot more people who've been coming in looking for books because a lot of speculator streamers and a lot of speculator apps are talking about hot new books that are happening. Now, the trick with this is a lot of the information that they're giving out, while valid, of course, is timed very specifically. So here's the grift as it's happening. A book comes out, the solicitation has a bunch of information, previews kind of go out for it, and comic stores need to set their orders. So they're asking people, hey, here's what the book's about, here's the ordering information, let us know. You'll know that we send out emails twice a week about final order cutoffs, as our DC orders have a different cutoff date than the rest of our stuff. This process helps us get our final numbers properly. Now, what happens after this is a lot of these streamers and these speculators end up talking about these things after the final order cutoff. Now, there's two basic possibilities here and about what's happening. And this happens a lot in the world. And these speculators are online touting how, like, hey, I'm making money from doing this, you can make money from doing this, here's blah, blah, blah. So the two possibilities of information and when it's given out, because all of these streamers will give out this type of information after final order cutoff. They are either being disingenuous with you, or are really, really dumb. Now, I don't think they're stupid. I think they're deliberate. And unfortunately, stupidity is the only other option here. Because if they want to help you, genuinely want to help you, then they will give you the information that you need before the final order cutoff. That way, you too can kind of get on something hot and be able to order something from your local comic shop without them having to like chew up their shelf copies or anything like that. Outside of that, if they're so that's outside of that, if they're giving this information late and aren't doing it late on purpose, then they're being really dumb with trying to help you out. So truly, I believe the real answer here is they grab the books, they make sure that they have a stock of them, and then they tell you, hey, this book is going to be so hot. But guess who has the supply? They do. And this goes for comic shops, and this goes for a lot of places. There's some stores that will kind of make sure that they have a good stock and then sell things for increased prices, like day of release. Ridiculous.
To file customers even.
Yeah. And it's frankly outrageous, and we won't stand for it. We have a long-standing policy. It's part of the reason why we cut a comic in half. That's actually selling for over $1,000 these days. Graded ones even higher. Pretty bonkers. But we basically have a philosophy, and that's a comic is worth definitely a few reads. That's the true value. There's production stuff that takes into account. There's we need to eat, they need to eat, that type of thing, and that's the other value to it. Once those things are covered, you call it a day. We don't tend to sell comics for more money. When we do, a lot of times we end up donating that money to charity. We've done it before. We've done it very publicly before, and we're definitely going to do it again. We've got a really cool plan for early next year. It's very frustrating to go through and sell comics up and over. To have people essentially approaching you and being like, "Hi, I have a $5 bill. Can you give me a 20 for it?" And the whole society that's created by these folks who are essentially grifting you out of money so that they can take their $5 and make you pay 20 for it. It's a scam, full stop. There's been documented cases where people can show value by basically selling a copy of something to a dummy account or to a pal for like $50, and suddenly that comic is worth $50 because eBay says so. Mm-hmm. And so they'll make that money back, or they just give their friends that $50. And if you're selling a $5 book for $50 over and over again, you told people it was hot, pretty solid deal for you ripping off people. It's not what we're gonna do. We're never gonna do it. And just we wanted to talk about this today because we have talked about it with a lot of our speculator customers, and a lot of them didn't kind of realize the ins and outs, that there is a period of time where you can order books and any quantity of books. And these people always are talking about it after the fact, making sure that they get theirs and then just kind of going off from there. And that's not fair to you. That's not fair. The way that they say they're disseminating the information, giving it to you. They're doing it to screw you over, full on. And be mindful of that when these things are happening. Unless a stream is telling you, hey, here's when you need to order this by, then they're not trying to help you. They're trying to help them. And so like kind of buyer beware type of thing, and make sure you're aware of that. Mm-hmm. Alrighty, that was super fun.
Yeah. No, I didn't really have anything to add to that.
Yeah.
It's your spiel. You've been doing this for 15 years. I just agree with you.
It's good times. Beep. Beep.
Beep, beep. What time is it now?
All right, everybody. It's time for one of my favorite parts of the entire friggin' show. It's romper room time. Yeah. Ooh. Romper room time is when we call back to the days of yore, the yesters of year, and do a good style romper room where we look through the magic mirror and see all the kind people who made comments on the show this week. Let's see here. Yeah. I see Brent. I see Todd. I see Neil. I see Shane. I see Sean. I don't know, Kate's there too. Hi, Kate. I see Andrew.
Oh boy. I'm gonna get in trouble.
I see Jason. I see Ben.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I see Neil and Andrew talking a lot.
Yeah.
Which is fine.
I see Eric,
Okay.
who came late because Chuck Wendig was talking about him.
Oh wow, fancy man.
Fancy pants man.
That's an acceptable excuse for coming late to this show.
I, for one, am super outraged, but whatever. That's me.
There we go.
I see Tommy.
All right.
I see Max and Joy causing crap.
Yeah.
I see the one true Andrew.
I'm sorry.
I love that so much. It gives me so much joy. And I believe that's it. I also, again, want to... Oh, yeah. Over there and over there. I also see Ben and Merrick again.
Hi, Ben and Merrick. Hello.
We hope you're doing well. Danica really appreciated a few weeks back.
Oh.
The birthday drawings and cards.
I loved my birthday cards
that you gave her.
That was very nice. It was my birthday a few weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
So.
As you well know, farts are hilarious.
Yes. They were great cards.
Thank you all for watching. And we're going to talk to y'all again next week.
But to sign off this week's song has been picked by Jason S. So thank you. Are you doing one?
Oh no, absolutely. We are gonna do that.
I'm sorry.
Also, please, whatever you do not come in this Sunday.
Oh my gosh. Yes, don't come in this. Okay, we will be closed this Sunday.
Yeah, we're usually closed Monday, Tuesday, but this week we're also going to be closed on Sunday as well, because we are going to be off on our vacation, a little bit of an anniversary trip.
Yep. So we haven't had a proper vacation in a couple of years, and it is our 6th wedding anniversary. So we thought, to heck with the store. I'm just kidding. It was a very hard decision. Thank you so much, Andrew. So please be cool about it. I know everyone really will. I don't want to get a weird bad Yelp review because we closed the store for a day.
We've had it up on our Facebook, our Twitter, our everywhere, our Instagram for about a month.
Yeah, but everybody's gonna get reminders. I'm gonna have signage in the window just in case anybody shows up. But we will be back that following Wednesday. So hopefully rested.
Yeah, it also means that when you get your non-DC FOC email, I need those by Saturday at 5 p.m. at the latest.
Yeah.
Because I'll need to pop those into the computer and get them off, because there will be no work during anniversary time.
Wow. Okay. This is a big promise from Brandon because he takes his computer everywhere.
Yes. I will be taking my journal.
I'm so proud of you.
So yeah.
Yay.
Thank you all for the well wishes. We hope that you are well this week as well. And we'll talk to you all again next week.
And thank you again to Jason S. for this week's song selection. Take it away.
Hold me closer, Tony Danza. Who's the boss of you today? Dum. Was it that one or Amanda? I don't know their names. Who knows what I'm talking about?